Thank you for tuning in with Enchantress. That's me, the Babbler. That's me on this evolutionary, revolutionary rise that's happening at this time. And so we are going to be giving an erotic oracle to every zodiac sign. So please be advised, and please do note that when I do astrology reads just like this, you know what I mean, that we are more than one sign, okay? We are more than one sign. So check your other placements too. So if something's not resonating with your sun sign, let's say, check your moon sign. If something's not resonating with your moon sign, or, you know, it's not even that. It's like, because everything is probably going to intermingle and intertwine, and oh my, it just be a resonating message for those that find themselves here. So everything is going to be time-stamped clear, right? So we're going to start off. Right, so you can check your moon, your rising, your Venus, Jupiter, all the important placements in your chart that you find resonance with. So, for instance, like when I listen to astrology videos and stuff like that, I take Vedic astrology and I take Western astrology and I apply them both to what's resonating with me in the wheel of fortune in my life at this moment in time, this wheel in my own cycling of life. So, for instance, I read Sagittarius because in Western astrology, I am a Sagittarius. But in Vedic astrology, I am a Scorpio, okay? So both resonate for me for different reasons. Also, my moon sign in Western astrology, my moon sign is Pisces. And in Vedic astrology, my moon sign is Aquarius. You get it? In my rising sign in Western astrology is Virgo, and in Vedic astrology it's Leo. So you get what I mean? So, and then, you know, you have your south node, you have your north node, you have your Venus sign, like my Venus is in Capricorn. You get what I'm saying? So for both Vedic and Western astrology. So either way, this is going to be an erotic oracle and love oracle message. We will give the message from the book for each sign and stuff like that, because I want to read about this erotic oracle. So what is your erotic oracle message, right? First of all, right, so these oracles are to awaken to the experience of sex, love, and seduction. So what is your erotic oracle message, right? So that is what we are tuning into at this time, and we are going to start with Aries, okay? So we're clearing the air. Sorry, my kitties. Aries, what is your erotic oracle message for right now? Hi, what is your erotic oracle message for right now, for better and for worse? Okay, card number 16, for better and for worse. Okay, so that is 16, for better or for worse. Anahata, 4th chakra, Lilith in Aries. I made a vow for better and for worse, but I didn't truly believe it until the worst comes and I had to decide if what I said with all my heart was true or false. The responsibility of a relationship is an echo of the marriage vow. It brings to each partner a right and a duty bundled together. It is called trust, maybe, right? The right to be supported, to be listened to. The duty to support and listen. In the difficult times, this responsibility is a chain that can break a person, but it can also remake the person anew. In happy times, the responsibility is subtler, as we often forget the joy must be met with joy. It is a difficult and rewarding journey that of a couple, the key is to face it together and enjoy it together. Right? So there may be a partnering that is a little, like, you know, challenged at this time, whether it be a marriage, a lover, a friend of some sort. and stuff like that. So for better and for worse, it's growing through the challenges together, right? Going through the challenges together in a love dynamic and intimacy. If you are in Aries and you are not in a relationship, this is for better or for worse. Going through this, you got to find this sense of peace too, within your own evolution, within your own truth, within your own placement of being, right? But if this isn't a coupling, because I see a man and a woman here, there might be some challenges at this time that you're here and you're being reminded about loyalty. Okay, your reliability demonstrates your loving sense of devotion and consistency of being, and also your sense of freedom. You're releasing any self-imposed restrictions or perceived limitations through the loving energy of openness, right? So being open to allowing your partner to grow too, right? And coming into a place of peacefulness. So I just feel like whatever challenges you're going through at this time in regards to any kind of love dynamic or intimacy in your life at this time, peace be with you. May peace be with you, right? So it's finding the peace through these challenging experiences without shutting down or without burning the whole motherfucking place down. Without shutting down and without burning the whole place down, right? Without shutting down, right? Because there's a major transformation happening here within your relationship dynamic, making it clear. So for better, for worse, or is it going to be worse? So getting into your truth too, right? Transformation. You use the power of love to move through illusions and shift into awareness. So coming more better into awareness to that which is sacred here in your love dynamic, in your relationship, your partnering, what it is that you want from this, and right, indulging in the impossible pleasures, right? So indulging in the lure of the easiest way. So there is no easy way, right? There is no easy way, Aries, okay? Indulging in the impossible pleasure, allowing yourself to tap into that which is taboo, right? Indulging, right? Indulging too, right? That could be you could be overindulging or working on that overindulgence, and both of you can. This could be in a relationship dynamic too, where both of you are overindulging in something too, or under, like, you know, it could be the vice versa too, right? So Savashatana, right? Second chakra, Lilith and Sagittarius, wandering through life. I was easily led astray, falling into the ideological and erotic seduction. My desires had to be immediately satisfied, and the truth of my conclusions were never in my doubts. We are attracted to the cold stone, to the barren land, to the dark sky, to the murky water. We are attracted because they fill the emptiness of our mind. Sometimes they fill our soul as if we were made of such darkness. We pursue love that can't love back. We pursue pleasure like a drug. We kneel and crawl while thinking we are masters of this world, overindulgence into that which is too, like it could be alcohol, drugs too, or overindulgence in something too, and learning to deal with the lightness of being of that which is you and your partner and what it is that you're breeding and seeding, right? We pursue love that can't love us back. We pursue pleasure like a drug. We kneel and crawl while thinking we are the masters of this world, right? We transgress moral boundaries not because we want to find a burning passion, but because we want to escape from it. We state the raging anger of our flesh with poison food, and we become our own victims and executioners. In short, we may become our own demons when we forget the connection with our deeper and simpler feelings, right? So it's tapping into your feelings too, right? The and working on it with probably another person, because that's how it's coming up here. So it's finding, so we're in a lot of Plutonian energies too, right? Plutonian energies too, in terms of the shadowy aspects of what we're going to do. So what's it going to be? So Aries, right? Reaching outward. I feel like this is the advice here. Reaching outwards. 5, change. Major transformation happening for you in this kind of wave. You can just get out of your own way, right? Reaching outward. Vishhuda. Vishhuda. Right? 5th chakra, moon in Leo. I asked myself, what should I do to conquer and charm? To be the queen and the whore, the king and the slave. I felt like if I were not seen, I couldn't really exist. But it was only when I looked at myself that the world started noticing me. Beautiful, Aries. A person who is in love with herself is irresistible, right? Beautiful. She knows what she wants and who her body and soul are worthy of. It is not vanity and pride, it is a spell. The slightest movement awakens passion. Her spectators shudder at her smallest gesture. Lust caused by the birth of unknown words arises like a fever, but the more one tries to fake such beauty, the more it becomes conventional. It becomes irrelevant. The louder one shouts to be heard, the less meaning is conveyed. Someone like this can only be loved from afar. Rather, it is those who know their imperfect human beauty that are seen by the world, loved, desired, and embraced, right? Okay, thank you so much. We're moving on to Taurus. Taurus, welcome, right? So Taurus, what is your erotic oracle message at this time? Welcome, thank you. Hit that thumbs up, like button. Thank you at this time. Taurus, what is your erotic? Creating a new self. Right? You're creating a new self, a new sense of self, a new awakening. 5, 6, 7, 7, right? So it's just like changing the dynamics of your inner dialogue too, right? Creating a new self. Manipura, third chakra, Lilith in Libra. I was once the person in front of the mirror, and I will be the person in the mirror. I will shed my shadow like a used skin, and I will surge into a light of my own making. If there is an inner self, it means there must be also an outer self. As there are times and situations when one needs to shut the mask and the clothes, there are times to wear them anew. Not the old mask, perhaps, but mask of new purpose and greater will. Mask of power, mask of choice, mask of resourceful independence, mask of beauty. The appearance leads the way, and the substance follows like a gesture can show an intent, and a decision can open a road. Open roads. Open roads. All right, maybe you're doing some open road, new open road kind of, even candle work I hear, or something, or some kind of bath, spiritual bath, road opener in some kind of way. So it could be energetically, it doesn't have to be a ritual, you see, but it's just creating a new self, you see. So it's open roads, open a new opening for you, Taurus, at this time, in terms of your own passions divine, right? And what you are awakening at these times, right? The easy way is seduction by itself. And it's hard to say no, especially because it promises to be, well, to be easy, right? Wrong one, sorry. But the Lord to be easy. I'm like, that sentence doesn't go, but that does go because I skipped the sentence. So it's creating the new self, right? A seduction that is by itself. So like getting into this self-pleasure, right? And it doesn't have to be like, oh, okay, that means masturbation and all this kind of stuff for your own elevations and getting into the deliberations of the seductive qualities that are you. But it's like owning it too, without validation too. Like it's I love me. I am desired by me. I am desirable, you see, right? So how do you imagine yourself naked? So it's getting into the self-love care, self-love ritual, self-love routine, right? Of course, you can see the reflection in the mirror, but if it is truly is it truly what you imagine it to be? Getting into the pleasurefulness of accepting yourself without a mask, accepting yourself without having to hide yourself, accepting all of you, right? So it's like, like photoshopping your photos, right? And never showing a photo without it being photoshopped because you're not accepting of yourself. So you're getting into this power and this space of accepting yourself, right? Creating this new sense of self, right? The easiest way is, right, I run back to that sentence, seduction of itself. So it's like, I feel like, yeah, you're being, like, it's a time of self-seduction, Taurus. Self-pleasure, self-seduction, right? To be naked is just to be yourself and accepting, and oh, I am so desirable. Oh, I am so desired. I am so desiring of myself. And meaning it. Not saying it because you want someone else to feel it towards you, but meaning it and saying it, right? So it says to be naked is just to be yourself, which is what makes it so uncomfortable. Showing yourself makes it so easy to be hurt, to be used, to be abused, but it also makes it easy to find joy, right? To be loved, to be trusted. If you must show yourself to the cruel, merciless, and lewd judgments of others, simply remember that the others do not matter at all. That's a beautiful place to be, Taurus. So thank you so much. I hope these messages were helpful to you. Moving on to Gemini. Hi, Gemini. So what is your erotic oracle message for you at this time? It's going to be evolutionary, revolutionary too. Make sure to hit that like button, okay? Thank you so much for being so supportive if you are here. All right, so Gemini, we're going to make it clear. Erotic oracle, what is your erotic oracle for better and for worse? Okay. All right, so there might be, so Aries got this. So maybe you have some Aries in your chart, maybe like Venus in Aries or some kind of stuff. So definitely go check out Aries, Gemini, because there might be some things going down in terms of partnering or intimacy that might be requiring you to some degree to compromise, to work on challenging times in a way that's going to be beneficial. And so Gemini, I'm hearing Mercurial, so in communication in every kind of way, to flow, the flow of inspiration, right? So we're to become one, right? We're to become one, allowing yourself to be vulnerable too at this time, right? So you're allowing yourself to be vulnerable here at this time, opening yourself to the flow of inspiration divine that comes from love. Visuddha, fifth chakra, Selena in Pisces, tapping into that emotional layer, Gemini, that not saying so much in the superficial, right, for better or for worse. Diving deeper, dweller of two worlds. My love flows like the conversation of two souls on a sunny summer afternoon. I may disappear at the first sight of this harmony, but while I am here, we can fly together on heavenly winds. My hands may know your body, but my lips know your soul, right? So it's diving deeper past the superficial layers of that, which is deepening for you at this time, right? So there may be a deepening, and that might be causing your radar to go off into like, I hear it in two different ways. Like it could be run, flight, like that what's the word? Fight or flight. So it's like fight and flight, like taking off, right? Kind of thing. What is inspiration? Inspiration is a connection with something that doesn't yet exist. A moment of irrational, unexpected clarity. Inspiration moves like water, touching different parts of our soul and our mind, connecting them and taking them deeper and higher. Inspiration is not love, but it's a form of relationship. Our inner self talking with the world and the world answering back. Our potential finds a shape to grow into and takes the first steps in that direction. Before everything else, inspiration is a feeling. So a feeling that can carry us, sometimes submerge us, even overwhelm us. It is a feeling we can reach when we allow the world to envelop our being, right? So finding inspiration during any kind of challenge in regards to intimacy at this time, for better or for worse, finding the partner that is here to carry you and to fight for you and to be with you and to love you and stuff like that, and to surrender that too. But look at, I see this girl here and she collapsed in his arms like, oh, feeling. So I feel like it's the feminine energy here that is maybe standoffish to the intensities of maybe a passionate lover who has your back in some kind of way. And it's just like, okay, the fire of desire in some kind of way, because you're desirable. And look at the fire of desire, and then I think I see the Aries symbol here. So definitely go check out Aries, because, right, so like the fire of desire. I'm gonna read that one. Okay. Saharasa. Wait, Sahasrara. Sahasrara. Seventh chakra, sun in Aries. You see what I'm saying? Okay. So there's like an elementary tactic of handling certain kind of things that is not flying by for you at this time. Like you're asked to go a little bit deeper than the superficial to accept certain levelings of inspiration that are here for you to grasp and have and deepen the levels of connections that you have, right? So I wanted it all and I wanted it now. I was so young at that time, and I failed to grasp that I was too small to use the word all. I had first to look at the universe to understand my real desires. So it's learning to understand that which you really desire too, and what it is that you want for you, and moving in that direction too. But life is more like, right, what you desire defines the road you are walking and where you are going. Your ambitions, dreams, drives, these are part of you, and they can burn strongly, becoming a fire that can light the darkness of life. But no matter how strong that the fire might be, it can only brighten a little space around you and make the darkness beyond it thicker and more frightening. Okay? You need a different kind of light to make the road safe. Without understanding, dreams and ambitions are like childish tantrums. With understanding, they become something that can truly be reached. So it's with what I need from you is understanding, right? So I feel like in the last video that I did, right, if there's a female here in a male dynamic, a female and a male dynamic, the last video that I just did, that I titled SoapOpera Tarot, from the SoapOpera Tarot, Gemini, you would be the DM, the divine masculine, in this energy, who is in despair that they have feelings at this time that they need to explore in some kind of way. So definitely go check out Aries, and definitely go check out that last video, SoapOpera Tarot. All right, thank you so much. Moving on to Cancer. Hello, thank you so much. This is the opportunity to hit that like button, show your support. Thank you so much for being dope as fudge and for being here. I hope you subscribe to my channel. You love it, my dear. So what is your erotic oracle message for you at this time? Oh, Cancer, the muse living in my dream. Ooh. Cancer, the aspiration of moving out of your mind into real life. I don't know, that's what I just heard at this time, right? So moving out of your mind, the fantasy of the mind, and making it so tangible in your reality at this time. The muse living in my dreams, right? The muse living in my dreams. Ajna, 6th chakra, sun in Pisces. The world of my imagination, feelings, and intuition is as real to me as anything that belongs to the outer world. I find it difficult to make my inner feelings known, to explain them in a way that others can understand. They feel like dreams because I cannot share them. Cancer. Cancer, you're working on sharing your feelings on a more deeper level without victimizing, without feeling fear, and without worrying about outcome, about your expressions, right? Is there any shame in being soft, impressionable, and sensitive to the thoughts of others, right? Which you typically are. You are typically so compassionate and sensitive to others' conditions, but what about your own? You know what I'm saying, right? So can such a person be truly happy, or would they be driven out of the real world forever by the heartlessness of those who cross their path with power? You cannot but surrender to fate, as your mind and soul are filled, right? Are filled by dreams of love. You have dreams of love, and maybe there's something happening, like you have somebody on your mind, right? Whether you're a male or a female at this time, your yin, your feelings are about this energy outside of yourself that might be very far from you, right? That might seem distant, and even if they're close, they seem far. They seem far. There's something far-reaching about that which you reach for. You know what I'm saying? And you want more, right? It's a form of, right? So, right? So, is there any shame in being soft, impressionable, and sensitive to the thoughts of others? Can such a person be truly happy, or would they be driven out of the real world forever by the heartlessness, right, of those who cross their path with power? Wait, hold on, baby. You cannot but surrender to fate, as your mind and soul are filled by dreams of love. You may be naked to the world and hypersensitive, able to respond to the touch of a silken scarf, to the single breath of your partner, or even to the lingering gaze of a stranger. You are sometimes at the edge of reality, ready to escape into your inner world of illusions as life's struggles are unbearable. And yet from those dreams come inspiration and meaning, comes a force that can bring new things to the world, comes a new beginning for yourself and for those around you. Right, so, right, Cancer, we're gonna do some affirmations. Compassion, and I want you to have that towards yourself. You demonstrate the language of the heart by actively sharing and living in joy, right? So it's getting, right, individuality, getting your own individuality and coming out with that. You leave your unique stamp of love on everything that you do, and seeing the power of that too, and that you're deserving too, right? Through the power of love, you release any stagnant situations or energy in order to transform your heart space. So you have, Cancer, that's the message I'm hearing. You have to release certain stagnant situations, because it's just keeping you stuck in an energy that might be not so satisfying to you. So it's releasing that which is not serving to you, even if you want it to, because obviously if it's not serving you, it's not true too. So it's diving deeper into that leveling of understanding, for your understanding, for your understanding. Okay, thank you so much. Leo, we're moving on to Leo. Okay, hold on. We're moving on to Leo. Okay, so Leo, 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 Leo. What is your erotic oracle message for you right? Oh. Oh. Creative intimacy. All right, 17 equals 8. 8 might be 8, 8, 8. 8 is great. Life path 2, right? Creative intimacy between you and a lover too, or an intimate partner, or someone close. And look at painting too. So you might be doing some painting on each other, drawing on each other, getting really creative with that which you are creating. So this could be a lot of tantric play, a lot of getting to know your partner intimately, and allowing yourself to be vulnerable and free to dive into the active vulnerability that is needed at this time for the next step on your journey with your lover. So it's like any kind of challenges or any kind of anything that has been leading up to now, whatever. It's like it doesn't even have to be challenges, but the creative intimacy part can be a challenge, especially if you don't know how to spark it or unite it or start it or be it or address it or bring it up, you see. But it's just a flowgasmic, like you don't need to think too much about it, right? So Anahata, 4th chakra, Selena in Capricorn, right? So like Venus in Capricorn too, right? It makes me think my body was a canvas, being highly desired too by your love too, or your lover too. I'm getting creative too and being open to the expression of love in new kind of ways that are going to be explorative and exciting for the both of you to explore, right? Something more. And this could be like too, but you know, erotic fantasy, like this is erotic fantasy too. This could be what you want with a lover, to be all creative and intimate and desired, highly desirable and adored and treated as such. You know what I'm saying? Right? So right? So it was painted with pleasures, decorated with guilt, and exalted by giggles. My body was a canvas. It was painted with pleasures, decorated with guilt, and exalted by giggles. My body was a willing canvas, and you loved the brush of a masterpiece. Let love create beauty rather than beauty create love. When the intimacy that came from sincere attraction, right? So having a sincere attraction, not superficial, not vain, and not falsified in any kind of way, right? Allowing for an authentic relationship to blossom. A soul may light up. So your soul lighting up, warm to this erotic oracle fantasy too, whether this is something that you have or you want to create for you. The power is up to you to get creative about how you're going to create this for yourself, right? Warmth and love become a breeze that can shake trees that stood still for an entire life. There will be only light, energies, and bodies. Let love be fun. If it cannot be passionate, let love be witty. If it cannot be ardent, let love be tender. If it cannot be overwhelming, love has many ways. Some are good at the beginning and more are good farther along the journey. All right, so that's beautiful commitment. So, right, so you dedicate yourself to your beliefs wholeheartedly, knowing that love is the essence of your very being. All right, thank you so much, Leo. This is your opportunity to hit that like button. Okay, reciprocity goes a long way. We are moving on and forward to Virgo. Hi, Virgo. Thank you so much for being here. Make sure to hit that like button too that you're here, Virgo. What is your erotic oracle message for you at this time? What is these all fell? Maybe you got a lot of stuff going on, Virgo. Or you have a lot of erotic fantasies going on. And I think All right, Virgo, what is your erotic oracle message for you at this time? Ooh. The promise of unending love, okay? Virgo, the promise of unending love, whether this be in reality or in fantasy, depending, because there's going to be different degrees of people here, you see, or whatever category you fall under. And I just feel like this is the romance of love, the promise of an unending love is like something I feel like I just feel a strong sense of crave, what you desire in every kind of way to be loved, in that kind of way to be uplifted and true. And maybe this is for some the love that they have at this moment in time that's taking off. That's a promise here. There's something developing here, right? With we're making it clear. The promise of unending love. I welcome a love that would bring me my death. I gave myself gladly, all of myself, because that love was bound to take all of my life until the last breath. Moon and Gemini. Romeo and Juliet is a story of an immature love, a love that could not detach itself from death. A love that never learned how to compromise, how to think. A love that thrived on drama as much as it thrived on kisses. But a love that has no Romeo or Juliet. Within is just an arranged love of convenience, empty words and used gestures. A love is a promise. A promise is that has no end. It may end, of course, but as long as there is love, one cannot see the end. And once one can see the end, love is gone. Right, so I feel like, Virgo, there's some certain parts of you that might be going through like a dark night of the soul, right? My book comes into mind, Dark Night Light of My Soul, available for purchase and download on Amazon. Okay, volume 1, Love Bites. It's kind of like this, right? So it's like this promise of unending love, this devotion that you seek, right? That might, like, something needs to creep up into your awareness about this idea or this idolization or this fantasy of a promise of unending love that could be stemming from the past. That could be stemming from past life stuff too, right? So finding an outlet of expression that's going to be helpful for you in navigating your fantasy, your passions, your life too. For some of you, this might be an actual love story that's taking place, but see the red flags for what it is in your face, right? A promise, right? Or maybe too, the promise that you want others to make to you might not necessarily be what's healthiest for you too. Or having this promise of unending love that's gonna be what you give to yourself, what you need for yourself, what you are for yourself, and having that for yourself so that you can generate this wealth of love for yourself, because there's just something here that's lingering, my dear, and it has to have a transformation. It has to have a major transformation in how it's going to look in its expression. So in its expression, right? So you are ready to manifest your thoughts and transform them into acts of love. So it's getting into the truth of your fantasy about whatever it is, whether you're in a relationship or not, and and finding the healthiness of that love and letting go and releasing all that is just too much to make someone have to commit or convey to you, like this unending kind of devotion, right? Where is it towards yourself? All right, so thank you so much. I hope that was helpful to you. Now we are moving on to Libra. Hi Libra. Hello, welcome. Thank you so much for tuning in. Hit that like button here too, my friends. All right, so Libra, what is, ooh, oh, I'm gonna jump right out. Your erotic oracle message, but we're not gonna take that one. Okay, erotic oracle message for you at this time. What is your oh, okay. All right, there's like some kind of dynamics here. So maybe you want to look at Aries, maybe you want to look at Gemini too. Maybe you have some of those signs in your chart, or maybe you're dealing with people with those signs, whatever the case may be. I hear Leo too in my mind, but either way, Libra, for better and for worse, right? So there could be something going down that, but I feel like everybody's for better and for worse is a little bit different, even though this card keeps coming up. It came up 3 times in this reading, the lower and the higher self, right? So for better and for worse, I just feel like there might be some things going on dramatically. That's what I hear. I hear like dramatically, like in regards to challenges for this couple here. So I feel like there's a couple dynamic here. So this is definitely different from the other energies that I was reading for the other different signs and stuff like that, for better and for worse. So I feel like you're up against something, and there might be a male energy that is in defense beast mode and a female energy that is kind of like needing to be carried at this time. She's strong too and all this kind of stuff, but I just feel like there's just certain, but look at you, divinely led, guided, and protected. There's guardian angels all around, right? Indulging, right? So there might be certain kind of challenges that are being asked of you both to go at it together, and it's just like you're enduring every kind of weather. So there might be some fighting too. I hear like fighting. I don't know who's here. All right, and then there's also too, for better and for worse, right? So for those of you that are not in a relationship and stuff like that, because that just popped into my mind too. So even though I was saying this is a couple too, for those not in a relationship too, for better and for worse, it could be the environment around you that sticks around for better or for worse that you need to check, like how you view that for better or for worse, right? Right? Because look at the pain of hidden luxury. I'm going to read that one. The pain hidden by luxury. So it's like you can have all the money in the world, but what about happiness? You can have all the luxury in the world, but what about love? You get what I mean? So it's like something here is challenging. Hold on. So it's like wanting it, right? So it's like, or working really hard. Like this could be like, because this female is here by herself. So this is like someone working really hard on their dreams, their career, and their success, and having a misguided perception of for better or for worse. Because maybe you have parents that, you know, stood together even though they were no longer in love, or you see the dynamics of a fight in others in relationships, and or whatever, or just wanting someone that is gonna be for you, which is fine, like, you know what I'm saying, in all those kind of degrees and stuff like that. But like the pain hidden behind luxury, it's just like, I just feel like there's a facade somewhere, right? Muladhara, first chakra, Venus and Leo. I have stood here, and didn't I say Leo before this too? Like I heard, all right? So you might have Leo in your chart too, or dealing with someone that has that, is in Leo, or whatever the case may be. I have stood here before outside the pouring rain. I have seen sunset and dawn, and then dried my tears. My clothes are my prison, my jewels are my shackles, my compliance is my jailer. So, right, there's a certain sense of compliance to your situation, to your surroundings, to your lifestyle, to the way that you are being. That could be like a facade in some kind of degree. Like you could be doing things that you don't want to be doing and forsaking love. Like you could be overly doing something else and missing something else. You know what I mean? Or what happened? Right? So like, does happiness come as we expected? A person strives and runs, sometimes even jumps and dances, just to grasp a bit of precious luxury. It can be money, it can be beauty, it can be safety, it can be power. We all want it. What happened? It may be less important for some than for others, but the temptation of success is stronger than the wisdom of moderation. But once you have what you craved, how can the pain still be there? Covered by material indulgence, the hidden pain gnaws and grows, refusing to admit I took a wrong turn and I regret. Right? So there's just much to think about in terms of whether this is futuristic or currency now, but about the path that we take for better or for worse, and the risk that we take in losing ourselves in that development and process. All right, thank you so much, Libra. I hope that was helpful to you, because we're moving on. Hi, Scorpio. How are you? Hello. Hello. Welcome to your erotic oracle read. Hit that thumbs up. You know what I mean. All right. So, Scorpio, what is your erotic oracle message for yourself at this time? Ooh. The lower and the higher self. So it's like a battle of the wits. It's like your highest self knowing some shit is for the good, for the greater good of the all, and your lower self saying, but I want it now. And you're like, I don't know, but that's what I heard, right? So Scorpio, how are you? So there might be something that you want now that your higher self knows. Listen, divine right timing too, right? And it's just like, but I want it now, right? So like, and being optimistic and positive still, like about that which you are creating, because like a 13-4, so it's like building something more, right? So the lower and the higher self, Vishudha, fifth chakra, Venus and Sagittarius. In anything and everything, I'm looking for a part of myself, my real self. The person without mask, without clothes, is that person really me? I wander the world with this question, rising to distant shores of incredible beauty and then falling to familiar lands. The lower self pushes and the higher self pulls. It is like being split into parts and yet being one and one only. The true miracle is not that we have a higher self and that we can follow it, nurture it, and reach for it. It is that at the end, there is no difference between them. They are one. They are me. They are you. They are us. Our lower self is a creature of simplicity, all needs and desires. It is a wanderer that never ceases to roam the same path, alternating joy and sadness, driven by hopes and pushed by fears. Our higher self is a creature of spiritual might, sublimated wisdom and deep understanding, yet their gaze meets to connect one to the other. Freedom is needed, the truest freedom, the freedom to be yourself. So that what is above we can manifest below, and what is below we can ascend above. Right? So it's ascending and it's working, right? With that, which it is your desires, right? I have everything I need and I get everything I want, right? And the building of that and the growing of that and the temptation of pleasure. All right, so here we go. So this could be in, right, since female energy, yin energy, so desiring something that might be tempting, right? Or causing you to have to be denied or feel denied or hold back or something. Sorry. Ajna, sixth chakra, Lilith and Scorpio. Okay, Scorpio, do you want me? So that could be it. Wanting someone, and maybe now is not the time. Scorpio. Wanting what you want and having to be patient for it without feeling rejected, scorned, or bitter. too, right? Do you want me? Yes. You always ask first. You ask assertively. Take me, I'm naked. A throaty voice from secret dreams will make them look into your eyes. Reality will disintegrate. The mirrored corridors of desires will capture you both together, body and soul. Here's the fantasy. Pleasure is a demon, but it's your demon. It is sometimes an unbound call that shatters and dwarfs reason and logic. It is not just desire. It is an instinctual need that forces your being to find satisfaction. So you might be horny. If the need for pleasure is accepted, not denied, it becomes less of an instinctual force, but rather a right of your inner self to a sexual release of a sexual identity. So it's finding the perfect partner to release your sexual desires upon, or maybe having that person in mind and knowing that from your highest self and highest octave or whatever, now is not the right time, right? Pleasure ceases to be a secret world and becomes a harmonious part of what you are. So that might be coming too soon, right? Activating for you your erotic pleasure of receiving that which you desire, right? Confidence in the power of your own healing and knowing that that is what's to be expected. Thank you so much, Scorpio. Okay, moving on. Hi, Sagittarius. Welcome. Okay, welcome. All right, so this is your opportunity to hit that motherfucking like button. Thank you so much. Right, so Sagittarius, what is your erotic oracle message for right now? Right, right now. The muse living in my dreams. You got somebody on your mind, you know what I mean? Or there's just something that is being created here that you are wanting, desiring, needing for yourself, thinking about, right? So there's somebody on your mind, right? So it's about bringing that like a flower in spring. So something is blooming here in regards to reaching outward, moving forward, right? So there's a development here in terms of like a flower in spring, major transformation. So you're going through like a transition at this time in regards to the muse living in my dreams in your life, right? So it's like having the flower in spring, Sahasrara, 7th chakra, Venus and Taurus, right? So, right, different dynamic, right? Venus and Taurus, you might want to look at Scorpio too, because isn't Taurus and Scorpio polar opposites? No. Doesn't matter. I'm not going to get caught up here because I got to keep flowing and growing, but definitely check out Scorpio, right? So I am not a gem, I am a flower. This is my time. The time to greet the sky and the wind and be beautiful. I am a flower. I am all flowers in all colors. Everyone has the right to be beautiful. Everyone will find someone to love them. Love is a gift from the universe. So yeah, love could be coming into, right? Awaiting the gift may require patience, right? That's why you're temperance. That beauty, right? So I'm getting throat chakra. Whoa. Whoa. So major throat chakra clearing in regards to maybe expressing yourself in terms of how it is that you're feeling, like a flower in spring, right? Awaiting the gift may require patience, but when it comes like the spring, that beauty will blossom. So there's something here to be blossoming that you're waiting for, that you're expecting, or that you should be receiving, right? It should not be exploited or debased. It should be worshipped, nurtured, made into a seed of strength and happiness. A beautiful flower is not there for you to pick. Its beauty does not exist for you alone and does not belong to you. It is not about you at all, and yet the impersonal beauty of spring can bring you joy. So I feel like it's just learning certain kind of like deeper realities about healthiness and love and stuff like that, reaching outward, moving forward, and having this divine acceptance, like for people's space, place, and position in regards to where each one is, right, at this moment in time. Because this one fell out, right? The promise of unending love here. So you might want to check out some Virgo action too. right, in regards to what it is that you are creating for yourself in mind and fantasy and self, and moving forward with self-love too, right? Increasing your self-love game in regards to, you realize that the love of self is necessary in order to love another. So it's coming to terms with any kind of shadowy aspects about a masculine figure or masculine energy that might not be, for some, might not be the best partner for you. For others, might be the partner that is your fantasy. It could be your fantasy. It could be the ideal partner. It could be someone that you actually are being courted by or something like that. But like either way, there's something to be gained here and something to be learned, action to be taken towards yourself in regards to any kind of past life occurrences or beliefs or systems and stuff like that, because look at this. Spirit says be patient. All right. So what you want seeks you. What you want you shall have. You are able to let the universal energy of transformation move according to its own loving rhythm, right? And then because you got harmony here, so you can expect harmony. You are able to feel loving, balanced connection with everything, and so that's to be expected. Okay. Thank you so much. Because now we're almost here. We're good. We're moving on. Thank you. Hi, Capricorn. Thank you so much. Capricorn, if you're here, thank you. Make sure to hit that like button. Thank you so much. All right, Capricorn, what is your erotic oracle message for right now? Oh, oh, oh. What is your erotic? Oh. The temptation of pleasure. Okay, so definitely go check out Scorpio and Sagittarius as well. You might have that in your chart, right? Was the temptation of pleasure, right? So like but what I'm reading and what I'm seeing, right? The temptation of pleasure might be like resistance of moving forward, like temptation. So I think Sagittarius just had that. I don't even know, but either way, so anyway, so you might want to look at Sagittarius, Scorpio, or whatever the case may be. Cancer too, I hear, dreams of repressed lust. Oh, wow. Okay. All right, so dreams of repressed lust. Let's read this from here. Manipura, third chakra, moon in Capricorn, okay? Winged demons do not sleep, but ominously whisper words of temptation and seduction. They started as dreams and became nightmares. They were desires and turned into terrors I cannot shake away. I want to fuck. Is that so hard? To say it out loud in front of other people? In front of parents, sisters and brothers, strangers and colleagues? It is. So definitely check out Scorpio too. What's this Scorpio? I don't know. Check out all of them. Right? I want to fuck. Is that so hard to say it out loud in front of other people, in front of parents, sisters and brothers, strangers and colleagues? It is. It is indeed. Maybe not so hard to admit to oneself among dreams and fantasies, but to say it out loud, like our lust is a shameful secret that doesn't belong to us, like it's wrong, like it's despicable. And hear this, like it's strange. After a life lived day after day, denying that we are allowed to be healthy humans, exiling our lust into dark dreams, our properly approved intimacy. So you might have been holding back for quite some time in regards to lustful feelings, urges at this time, right? It could even be a sense of celibacy or a practice of it in some kind of way, living it, but desiring it now, right? So the temptation of pleasure for you is now, right? In regards to how you want to feel, in regards to what you want to do. So it's like your sexual energy is growing to that kundalini rise, right? And Spirit's like, no more denying those simple pleasures, right? What will remain of us? Regrets and exploitation, maybe, and even darker dreams. So it's like releasing this, you know what I mean? Because it's so having, I want to fuck. I want to, but it's oh yeah. So you want to, for instinctual bliss, you want to do this. Capricorn. Capricorn wants to give it to somebody, and somebody wants to give it to Capricorn. So why are they not giving it to each other? That's the question. Svadhisthana, second chakra, Selena and Taurus. My senses rejoice at the generosity of Demeter and the laugh of Dionysus. For time and eternity I am a virgin, forever experiencing the caress of the bountiful world as the first time. Do we need a reason to be happy? Do we need a past and a future to feel joy? Can't just the present moment be an explosion of eternity? It is more precious to say, I will love you forever, or to say, I love you now. There is simplicity and joy and pure bliss in the ecstasy that joy brings like a waterfall to the senses. The artist, subtly sensing the unified soul of the world as eternity forever beginning, found the perfect model to create the masterpiece of this life. But no matter how great his earthly success, it will always lose to the ordinary miracle of youth. Let's just be. Let's just be now. Capricorn, just be. If you have feelings, desires, I hear it's, I think, a Rumi quote. What you seek seeks you. So if this is male, female, whatever you are, the person that you are interested in wants you just as much as you want them. All right, moving on. Hi, Aquarius. How are you? I'm excited. So thank you for tuning in. Make sure to hit that like button, subscribe button, follow button, notification button. Either way, what is your erotic oracle message for right motherfucking now? Aquarius. You definitely want to check out a whole bunch of signs just popped into my head, but I know the sign came up already in the other signs. So I don't know if it was Scorpio, Aquarius. I hear Virgo though too. Yeah, so indulging in the impossible pleasure. So Aquarius, you're holding yourself back from that which, that's how I hear. You're holding yourself back. So maybe you want to look at Capricorn too. Maybe you have Capricorn in your chart too as well. Indulging in impossible pleasure. Indulging in impossible pleasure. So it's like, even look at, oh, see, I didn't see that for somebody. Somebody want to go down. I'm going down. I'm going, but look at, you could be protecting your feelings at this time and not saying a damn thing. Aquarius, right? But there's truth behind the illusions that are happening here for you, right? So Aquarius, let's do advice for you. Secrets and discoveries. Aquarius, there's a secret that you are keeping in regards to how you feel, because look at this male figure back here. So Aquarius, right? Female. So somebody is in love in some kind of way. Their feelings are growing in some kind of way, right? And they want to go down. We said this is erotic, and I think this is the only one that came up just erotic in a sense, like that. I'm even seeing visuals in terms of like, so the lust must be real, the love must be real, the lust, the desire, the bliss, it could have been building for quite some time. I want to read this one, Secrets and Desires. Right. Oh, hey, Secrets and Discoveries, I'm sorry. Manipura, third chakra, Sun and Taurus. So you want to even probably look at Taurus, okay? I don't know why. Maybe you have Taurus in your chart too. So I was reading a tale about me spinning a tale. I was the actor and the beholder of my own play, and my body was the stage. In my story, I was surprised when you arrived, and yet I was waiting for you. Right. So it's like acting nonchalant and cool about someone too that you're really, really motherfudging into, and you are being all cool about it. right? So love is not at first sight, and love is not about fate, nor is it about honesty. Love is like all things that are truly precious. It is like a sensual flower in early spring smelling of strawberries and vanilla, and is like a stinking weed rising its ugly head out of a pile of manure, refusing to bow down to others' expectations. Love is about secrets. Love is about lies, because behind every secret there is a discovery, and behind every lie there is a mystery. Love is a chase where the hunter runs before the prey. Love is what being human is all about. Indeed, being human can be so complicated and yet sometimes so simple. Right? So, right, the truth behind the illusion is that you are projecting out onto something or someone a false mask in regards to your current stance and about how it is that you want to maneuver about that. But I see, look, something coming in, or some kind of truth, or some kind of desire, some kind of fantasy too, that you want to do the do. Aquarius, it's already going down. So go down. Get into town. Right, the truth about illusions. So it's like liking someone and finally telling them. We could go simple. Right. So Ajna, sixth chakra, moon and Libra. The space around me is filled with excited anticipation. Right? Excited anticipation. It would be so easy to cross the threshold. Do you love my body? Do you love me? Would you accept me loving your body as well? So it could be a little insecurity in regards to the acceptance that one wants to feel like they're going to be accepted by when they release or reveal that of which how they feel. Our inner space, be it physical, emotive, or spiritual, should never be a fortress to be taken by force, right? Neither is it a gift to unwrap following the whims of a spoiled ego. Seduction is an art. It is a form of communication, of reaching out and pulling in at the same time. It's not warfare or manipulation. In the end, all is brought to a single moment of truth, the moment in which you allow yourself to appear naked. So it's about allowing yourself to appear naked, Aquarius, strip down, be naked, not just physically, but emotionally, vulnerably, right? Empty, all right, so empty words, delusions, dreams, and rationalizations, they all disappear like clothes in the bedroom. What stays is something that can be as deep as you want and as fleeting as we need. Illusions like sweet words and promises may create a path, but only you and your partner can decide if the path leads to a moment of truth or not. Aquarius, I'm going to be truthful about how you feel about everything that you need to reveal, because this is getting to be surreal. All right, we're moving on for real. Thank you so much. Okay. Last but not least, here we are. Hi, Pisces. How are you, Pisces? Hi, 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 hi. Make sure to hit that like button, that subscribe button, that notification bell. Thank you so much. So here we are. What is your erotic oracle message for you, Pisces, at this time? So Pisces, since you are the evolved zodiac, technically in the astrological aspects, it would be wise to check all other signs prior to you and take with you the bits of it and pieces of it that resonate with you and fill up your pattern, your palette of truth for you. So there's going to be messages for you, Pisces, and every other sign before you. Doesn't mean every single story is going to apply. As you know, I don't need to explain for those of you that don't know how this is and how I am and how I be. I just like to over explain everything. You know what I mean? So there are pieces of mana for you and every other sign leading up to your reading at this time. Timestamps. All right. So Pisces, what is the message for you at this moment in time? Erotica, ooh, message, right? The freedom to be yourself. The freedom to be yourself. The freedom to be yourself. In a way that allows you, and I hear, to say what you need to say, to do what you want to do. All right, I'm making up a song too, but whatever the case may be, but just say what you need to say, do what you need to do, the lightness of being, right? So it's like getting into this cultivation, right? Freedom to be yourself. 27. Savahistana, second chakra, sun in Scorpio. Okay, so definitely go check out all these other signs too, but here we go. I was made into a mannequin, molded as a prisoner. I fit the standards of someone else's beauty. I feared death, but I refused it. My dignity was paper thin, and yet it was the canvas of my life. What can a person live without and still be that person? What is stolen from us may one day be reclaimed. But what if we surrender willingly is lost forever? I'm going to read that again. What can a person live without and still be that person? What is stolen from us may one day be reclaimed. It's just improper sentencing. But what we surrender willingly is lost forever. There is only one freedom that we need to truly treasure, the freedom to be ourselves. If we surrender that, our soul will lose the essential spark that can redeem our life and give it meaning. We might dance to an artist's tune of our own free will, but if we are constrained and controlled by another, it is death to the spirit. We cannot be puppets and still be happy. So I just feel like, right? So like there might be certain things that you may hold back on, that you may deny yourself of, like simple carnal pleasures. Like it could be even, like it could be she likes him, he likes her, but because of society or something, like they can't be. Or it's just like being free to allow yourself to be the lightness of your own being, or like, you know what I mean? Like it's just like, it's like coming into the truths of the depths of your feelings about a certain kind of revealing, and allowing yourself to believe in the possibility of success without worry too. I am like a leaf in the wind. My heart is like a flower in the storm. I am fragile as spring, vulnerable as a butterfly, exposed as the dawn. What happens in life, every single moment of it, it is something that cannot be undone and cannot be repeated. It is as intense as we can accept it, but fleeting in its natural impermanence. Everything in life and love is fragile, light to the point of being unbearable. It doesn't matter if our happiness is merely the fruit of coincidences. It is here, and it is all around us. It can conquer us totally, even if it is destined to go away. Living in the present is the only true freedom, a sublime, detached perfection. Right? So there's just something here that I feel like the belief in your beauty comes up, right? Creating a new self. So all these things, like I just feel like it's leading, it's culminated, like this Mercury retrograde. Just feel like, you know, right? So dreams of repressed lust. So definitely go check out the other signs and stuff like that, because there's just a leading developmental story happening here of the uncaging of your freedom to be, simply be, and to allow yourself to express and to express yourself in the creativity and the light that you are, and to just really, the purity of freedom. That is your message, Pisces. To be free, to allow yourself to simply be, and to express yourself in the way that you want, to share your love and with whom you want to share your love with, and to allow yourself to just be, like to just be without any reservation, without any hesitation, without any fear, without any worry, right? Sahara, seventh chakra, Selena, Aquarius, okay? I love the continuous flow and sudden changes of life, where the waterfall changes the course of the river, where it begins to cascade. I feel like I am that river, cursed to be free and impermanent, while white as the morning dew. It's human nature to wish that things could always stay the same, unchanging at the bones of the earth, right? So, but life is more like a river than a mountain. We can stand in a place for a little while, unmoving and receptive, letting the water splash upon us and all around us. In that moment, we are one with the waterfall on the river. This is our freedom, choosing when to stand and when to flow. It's not achieved by refusing the change, but by being part of it. So stop refusing the change and be a part of it. and allow your self-expression, your beauty to come to the surface and flow. And if it's an expression too in regards to how you feel about someone else as well, reaching outward, please do allow yourself to bring forth that change into your own being, and to allow yourself to experience life in new heights, you know what I'm saying, in ways that is going to be beneficial for you. I asked myself, what should I do to conquer and charm? To be the queen and the whore, the king and the slave. I felt like if I were not seen, I couldn't really exist. But it was only when I looked at myself that the world started noticing me. Thank you so much, Pisces. Thank you so much to everyone. I hope that you enjoyed these erotic oracle messages. I'm going to look at the description box. Look at the description box for all the timestamps. Thank you so much. Till we meet again.